Hello, I'm Greg Hill. I am an involved member in the CEO organization, a Launchpad scholar, and a student who has a dream. Now, most of you have print book libraries, right? Pretty sure a lot of books, but maybe you might have some ebooks as well. Technology has found its way into almost every industry. And one of the industries that has changed the most due to technology is books. Books have been around ever since the ancient Egyptians created papyrus to record teachings. And Johann Gutenberg perfected it even further with the creation of the printing press, so more people could be able to purchase books at affordable prices. Now, thanks to technology, books have taken on a new look. This paradigm shift has caused a transition from print books to ebooks across the globe. These print books still have value, but they're gathering dust on shelves, and they're not creating education or literacy opportunities. I realized this widening gap, so I created Invert Books, Get What You Give. It's a service that works with schools, students and parents, and nonprofit organizations to help proliferate education and literacy. Now, schools will find value in this because it acts as a fundraiser for them. It also recycles knowledge, and it builds stronger school and community ties. Students and parents will participate because it will give them a chance to free up shelf space, and also it will give them a good feeling when they donate to their school. Last but not least, nonprofits. They will see value in this service because of the sheer amount of books that we're able to donate, and also to proliferate education and literacy. Some nonprofits, like Milwaukee Working and Books for America, have budgets set aside for these kind of things. Now, as you can see here, this is a workflow of my service, and I want to explain to you how it will be sustainable. We start out by contacting the schools to set up a week-long donation event. After that, we work closely with the schools to create promotion materials just to get the student body excited. When the week actually comes, the students bring in used books to help fundraise for their school. At the end of the week, the school sorts through the books, keeps the ones they want, and I take the remainder. And then the books that I take, I will sell off to nonprofit organizations. That is one part of my revenue stream. Another part would be selling the data I have amassed from these events to IT companies. Now, the data that I will be recording will be the number of books donated, the kinds of books, the individuals who participated, and the books per individual. After that, once I get a revenue stream, I will be able to compensate the school for putting on the events. And finally, when it's done, the school will enact a referral program where they will talk to other schools in the district to try to set up more events sponsored by Invert Books. Now, for market validation, Invert Books held its first event in January of 2014 in Brookfield, Wisconsin. Now, it was slated for a 5-day event, but due to the harsh winter, they only had 2 days to donate books. Now is when I ask something of you guys. Just give out a number as to how many books you think the total student population donated. Keep in mind it's only 416 students. 200, 500, one more.
1,000.
1,000? Wow, well, actually, it surpassed all of those combined. We got 1,841 books in just 2 days. We were blown away, and it was so successful that we're actually starting up our second official event in late April with another school, St. Joseph's in Waukesha, Wisconsin. In the future, I foresee Invert Books partnering up with some big-time booksellers like Barnes & Noble and Amazon, so we can actually reward the donators with discounts on future ebooks. I actually created a minimal viable product of my application that we would use. This is a screen capture of our login page. We will still work with schools, but the readers or students who do donate, they will get rewarded for their donations. All right, so now, Invert Books is seeking a capital infusion of $30,000 in exchange for 20% equity. We will use that money for the creation of a website and a sales team so we can expand our network of schools. I will be the CEO of the company, and I will have, as my management team, an attorney, an accountant, a sales team, an R&D department, and an insurance agent. Now, as you can see here, here's my pro forma income statement. For the first year, we will be net cash flow negative, but that will not stop us. As our school network increases, we will be able to break even by mid-2015, and by the end of that year, we will see net income of $30,000. After that, 2016 will be $65,000. We'll ramp it up. So, Invert Ebooks is a great way to fundraise for your school and also get a good feeling. A book on your shelf might change more than one life in the world. So please help me out and help support this campaign that I call literacy. Invert Ebooks, get what you give. Thank you.
Out of the 1,800 books, how many did the school keep and how many did you end up keeping?
The school actually didn't keep a whole lot. They kept around 200 to 300 books, maybe a little less.
Follow up to that question, what did you do with the rest of those books?
Okay, well, I decided to test it out a little bit. I went to half price books.
Yeah.
I did like a first little donation, and they gave me 23 bucks, 500 books. So I was like, that's not going to be sustainable, and I have to find a different way. That's why I'm looking at nonprofits, because they have some budgets set aside for used books, especially Books for America and Milwaukee Working.
Great. I really like your idea of
Thank you.
Using the schools as a model for promoting it and getting a collection site. I'm wondering, have you thought about a lot of public libraries have friends of library groups that need to raise money, and I'm wondering if you thought about that as an outlet that could be huge, I think, as well.
Yes, Mr. Prater, definitely. I actually talked with libraries before I went to the school angle. And the ones that I did, they really didn't seem interested at that time. I think it was because my model was a little bit different than the one I have now. But I think after I showed that there is a market out there, I think libraries might be more interested now.
Greg, you're asking me to put 30 grand in. You're valuing your company at $150,000 out of the gate. I appreciate your ambition and aggressiveness in valuing your company, but what's my exit? How do I get my return out of it?
Well, just by the ability and how we can ramp up within our first 3 years, and I mean, I believe it'll be exponential as we, go from state to state. In 5 years, I would like to be in like the Midwest and even going into the East and West Coast. But by then, we'd be, implementing our app service, which is actually quite interesting. It was my first model where I would create this application, and it would be like a mobile application book exchange that would allow readers to swap print books for discounted ebooks if they donate their book to their local school. And I think that will be just a great value proposition in the future. But right away, I do see high returns quickly.
When I read this, I thought it was interesting. At first I was like, I'm not really sure. I think you did a very good job presenting. I think you have half a model here. And what I mean by that is that you can see one side of the platform with books, right? So you're sitting on how many books at home or wherever? 1,000?
Yeah, around 1,000.
About 1,000 books. Your first channel that you went to try and sell those books, you got $23 for 500 books. I think you're in search of a way to distribute those books.
Of a buyer, yes.
I think you have a way to seed your platform with books, and you need to determine what you can do to get equity or cash back to those books. I don't necessarily know if you need that kind of cash that you're looking for to give 20% of your company away right now. I would recommend, not that it's my job to, but I think if you could find a way to sell your books, you could probably position yourself better to give less equity and be able to get more money. Because you have seeded a platform where people are going to donate stuff to you. You just have to figure out what is the right platform to give back, and then what do you do with the rest that can help pay for costs. So it's very interesting. Good job.
Thank you.
You mentioned the data capturing.
Yes.
Can you just explain that a little bit? I kind of get it, but are you capturing data on the actual books or on the people in the community and the nonprofits that are doing it?
A whole lot of all of them. The primary data that we're going to be selling is just the books. The amount of books donated at one event, how many people donated or participated, and then the books per individual who donated. I'm not really in the business to sell, personal information or anything like that to companies, but I would love to be able to, make that just like the book data part, another revenue stream.
Have you found out what's important as far as what kind of data that people are willing to pay for?
Well, I know it's just like the amount of books, like the ISBN numbers and like the codes. That's all I have right now.
Okay.
All right, are there any other pressing questions, judges?
More of a comment, I think it's in the same vein as Joe's, is you've got something here, and, I think on the street level, it seems like a logistical challenge to be able to get this to scale, but conceptually, at 50,000 feet, I think where he was going was create a platform, and whether it's a software as a service, or a network, or something where you can create some intellectual property and actually never even get into the weeds of all the books, you may be onto something.
Thank you very much.